Welcome to the second video of green carbon. Today we are going to see how plants are taking carbon from the atmosphere. Plants and animals are composed of cells. Cells are the smallest structural unit of an organism. Today we are going to focus on the plants. Cells can be seen as bags that contain different elements such as the nucleus, the Golgi body, mitochondria, and the cytoplasm, for example. All these elements have their own role, and together they allow the cell, therefore the organism, to function properly. As all living beings, plants need energy to grow and to live. But how do plants produce energy? Let's introduce the stars of the show, and we shall begin with the glucose, which is a type of sugar. Now meet the dioxygen, a gas present in the atmosphere. And finally, the ATP, or adenosine triphosphates, but we can call it by its nickname, Miss Energy. So now that we introduced the main characters, let's go into the details of how plants produce the energy they need. Cells that compose living bodies, such as animals and plants, are capable to produce energy from glucose, a type of sugar, and oxygen. Obviously, plants cannot eat, so where does that sugar come from? They produce it via photosynthesis, a process that involves the sunlight. Plants can also use the glucose that they previously stored in their reserve organs. Cells of plants' leaves contain an organelle called chloroplasts. Here you can see it better. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll that gives plants their green color, but especially allow plants to capture the sun energy. Therefore, photosynthesis can only happen during the day. Note that this energy is different from the ATP, the energy we presented you earlier. To perform the photosynthesis in the chloroplasts, the plant doesn't only need the sun's energy, it also needs CO2 and water. CO2, or carbon dioxide, is a gas containing carbon that is present in the atmosphere. The plant has little holes on its surface, called stomata. Stomata captures the CO2 from the atmosphere. So we got the energy from the sun, the CO2 from the atmosphere, and the water is taken from the soil via the plant's roots. So, now that all guests are here, let's get the photosynthesis started. Photosynthesis allows the plant to produce sugar from CO2, water, and energy. Okay, do you remember the other name and form of the sugar? Yes, the glucose. Look, what you see here blinking is the carbon. Carbon is present both in the carbon dioxide and the sugar. That's what happened. During photosynthesis, the plant took the carbon from the carbon dioxide to build sugar, like with Lego blocks. To build 1 molecule of sugar, the plant is using 6 molecules of carbon dioxide. This is the way plants help to reduce carbon in the atmosphere. Okay, so now we know how the plants manage to have the sugar. Now we have to understand how it gets oxygen, and from them, how it creates energy, or ATP. Whoa, let's take a break and see that in detail in the video about plants' respiration.